Start this. Let's go check things out. I don't really know what's going on here. We had some crazy rains last night, but it almost looks like a hurricane hit. Came out here and some of the furniture, well, like that little poof over there was out in the yard. Things are wet all the way up to the house, like this crazy. But look at my plants. Like, I was coming out here to do a little bit more on this hibiscus. I've been talking about that lately. I just want to trim it back a little bit, which shouldn't be a problem for us right now. They normally say to do it in the spring, but this is Roselle hibiscus, which means it's tropical. It's a tropical variety, and in where I live in Zone 9A, it's pretty much warm all the time. But this thing is leaning a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. It's leaning just a little bit. You can really tell on this baby right here. Like, it's supposed to be, let's see, upright like that. And it is completely leaning. If I look close, I can see some of the roots right there. So I'm gonna have to come out here and do some doctoring on that. Look at hubby. We can't even sit over there right now. So he's pulling out some folding chairs for us to sit on. Anyway, such a mess. Look at this collard green tree. This was completely upright yesterday. I can't even pick it up. Look at the roots. It's crazy. I can't. Look at that. It feels like when I'm picking it up, the roots are just going to come right out. So what I might do is try to pick it up and secure it to the tree. I'm sorry, not to the tree. Secure it to the fence. Oh, look at this. What kind of bug is that? What is that? Anyway, I might come out here and just try to secure that particular collard green plant to the fence, like I sometimes do with other plants like this big hibiscus. I also have some seeds, some collards that I had planted directly out into the garden in preparation for the winter garden. There's one somewhere over here, and then one over on the other side over there. So hopefully that won't be a complete loss. If nothing else, I'll get some good greens out of it for dinner tomorrow, but things are just a mess. That's amaranth. I need to come and cut that back a little bit. And oh, look at this. The garlic is doing great things. So I'm going to wait for the rest of them to come up. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be about 8 garlic plants in here. Once I see green from all of them, I'm going to come over here and mulch, because mulching has been working out really well. Real quick, let me tell you something about that. I'm always learning new things, right? I tell y'all that all the time. But I don't normally mulch my vegetable garden. And the reason is, again, I didn't grow up with my grandparents or my great-grandparents mulching all the time. Like, they might have mulched around specific plants that needed the help, but they didn't necessarily mulch the entire garden. So I just have never done it, but I'm finding that it really does work. Like, it really is a good thing to do, and I think I'm going to continue to do it. And I'm using cedar mulch, which is not expensive, and it looks really good. And it's supposed to deter pests as well, because it's cedar, so that smell kind of keeps some pests away. So, and it's doing great on the weeds. So you can see right here, this whole section is mulched, this whole section is mulched, and there's no weeds in there. So I think I will continue to do that. This particular cedar mulch was like $2 a bag, and the bag is like 2 cubic feet. So I've only spread it in areas where I already have things planted. Like I said, I'm going to spread some here, and then I should be done. Everything else is protected. So I think I got 5 bags, so that was like $10. And I always talk about how the soil, buying new soil, replenishing the soil every season, spring and fall, is my biggest expense in the garden. There again, this is my biggest expense. I didn't have to buy much soil this time, but the mulch, like I said, it was $10. It's still not a huge expense. So anyway, what I was gonna do today might not get done because I got to come clean up now since last night's rains and wind made a mess for me. So gonna clean up. Still gonna tackle this hibiscus plant and perhaps show you what that looks like once I'm done. All right, had to break out the big guns. Because these little babies right here, we're just not gonna get it done. We're gonna leave those out. Also, just really quickly, I was trying to show you what I was using to tie up the collards, and this is what that is. It's like a coated wire, and it comes like on a long roll um, that you just clip off as much as you need and save the rest. Let me see if I can show you the roll. Hold on. All right, this is what it looks like. It's just wrapped around this little scrolly thing. I don't know what it is. And then there's like a little thing right here to cut it to size. You just press it like that and you get as much as you need. I bought a big roll of it because I use these a lot for tomatoes, cucumbers, anything that binds. Back to this hibiscus plant. I'm having issues. Because I don't want to cut, like, see all those branches up there? That's what I want to do. I want to cut it down to the fence line. But every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to cut the flowers. Plus, the bees are going to be mad at me. So I'm going to go back in. What I am going to do, though, is cut that lower branch down there because we got a ton of other blooms. So, and that's blocking my collards. So let's go get it. All right, well, while I'm trying to get over myself and trim this hibiscus, let me just show you really quickly the cedar mulch that I'm using in my garden that I was talking about earlier. Nothing special. Well, it is something special, but standard issue cedar mulch. It's all wet right now because I kept it in the buggy, and like I said, it rained like crazy. You can see there's water down in there. But Texas native, cedar mulch, local. Got this at Lowe's. It is 2 cubic feet, like I said, and it was $2. The one thing that I do try to always look for is, first of all, I want the bag to be dry when I buy it at the store, and then I want to smell it. And it needs to actually smell like cedar. If it doesn't, it's probably not straight cedar mulch. But anyway, that's what I'm using in my garden. There's no colors, nothing crazy in there. So that's it. Just wanted to show you that real quick. Back to this hibiscus. DH just came out because I need his support on this. Because I can't bring myself to do it. What do you think? You think it needs to be done? I think it needs to be done. But I'm just like, my nerves are bad cutting off any flowers.
You could cut off that top stem.
Just the top one? Okay, I'm gonna try it, see how things go, and maybe cutting off the top one will give me the courage I need to cut the rest of them. I did take that branch off down there. You see that though?
Yep.
The one you've been talking about. It's already so much better. All right, let's get it done. All right. I think he's giving me courage to go ahead and do this thing.
Lola, come here. Come here.
Go, Lolly.
Come here. I'm here.
He's like, I'm in trouble.
Move.
Let's go. Come on. All right. First of all, there's leaves everywhere. There's flowers everywhere. Second of all, I gotta be careful how I cut because I'm just trying to top this off. Because all the research, okay, so you might be asking why. All the research I've been doing says that this thing will continue to grow and grow and grow and get huge until I top it off. Problem is, I can't just cut anywhere. I gotta cut like at a node. So, actually, let's see if I can bring it in close and we can talk more about this. All right, so I've been reading up on this and watching countless videos, and I think so. Some of these places, some of these I know are ready to come off. It's actually the calyx, however you say that, but the actual part of the plant that I'm going to use to make the tea. So I know that some of them are ready because there's a bunch of blooms on the ground, and wherever those blooms came from, like these blooms, can you see that? That bloom that closed up, it dropped off, and then this becomes what I pick to dry out and make the tea. Back to the reason that I want to cut this. Um, Everything that I've done, all the research I've done, everything I've read, all the videos I've watched, say that if you let it continue to grow, it will, and it will get huge. So I don't want it to get huge. I want it to be right here at the fence line for the most part. Maybe a little bit higher, but not huge. The other thing is you're supposed to cut it at a node, which I have no clue what I'm doing right now. So I'm just going to try it. Hubby said to cut this big tall one first. So let's do that. Let's see. I think that a node would be like here. So let's try it. And then I can pick this in water or in soil and root it and make another plant. And I think I am going to do that because I can share these with friends and neighbors. All right. I think that maybe that's got it. It's still looking pretty organic. Um, doesn't look like I tried to overdo it. Ain't gonna lie. It kind of hurt my feelings to cut some of these. But all of this right here, all of those, well, probably not all of them. I am going to do some of those so that I can get them in ready as my plants. Like I said, it still looks pretty organic. Doesn't look like I tried to shape it to be perfect. But it's definitely a lot cleaner. And I think it's not. Next thing up is just figuring out this whole favorite thing. Clearly, I don't know how to say the word, but you know what I mean. I think it's favorite. So that I can start making grind it out. So, done what I wanted to do. Really quickly, I will show you one other quick thing. So at the top of this video, I did talk about how things were leaning over, and you saw me tie up this collard green tree. I call mine trees because they get so big, but this is how she's tied up to the fence here, just like the hibiscus is tied up to the fence. That one is a different type of wire. Actually, that one is speaker wire that my husband had for his car because I couldn't find my wire. And because it's coated so it wouldn't dig into the plant. And then this baby hibiscus here was leaning over. So I basically just took a stake. This little steak, I got this from Amazon years ago. It came like in a pack of 4 or 6. I can't remember, 4 or 6. And then again, this is some coated wire. This one is actually meant for the garden, but just, just staked it up and tied it up. And once it gets bigger, the stalk will get super thick, just like that one over there. Just like that one. Look how big that is. It's like a tree, I promise you. Um, but anyway, as this one gets bigger, the stalk will get much, much stronger, and I won't have to do that anymore. So, accomplished everything I came out here to do. I feel like, you know, I actually did something today, and I feel accomplished, like I said. So, I am going to leave it where it is and try to come sit out here and enjoy the rest of my day, if possible. Watch some football and just chill out. And likewise, I hope that you all have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me once again in the garden. And until next time, you guys, bye.